Oh my goodness, my preschool friends. We are on week 13. Can you see this? One, two, three. 3 weeks left, and you are done with this class. Okay, don't get too excited. But yay, right? 3 semanas y terminamos con la clase. Holy schmoly, yo no lo puedo creer. So let's talk about what we're going to be doing this week, which is week 13. Actually, wait, pause. Let's go. First of all, what you're going to do is you're going to offer your dramatic play experience this week, okay? Because you did some observing on how play works with the kids. And then hopefully, not hopefully, I know you will all add something new. You're going to make it a new experience in the dramatic play area. That's what you're going to do this week. Esta semana vas a ofrecer algo nuevo en la área de dramático, de jugar de dramático. Y yo quiero notar una diferencia, por favor. No me diga que tú pusiste una alfombra para hacerlo diferente. Yo quiero algo más diferente. Yo quiero un diferente tema, algo así, okay? So vas a ofrecer eso esta semana. So you're offering the dramatic play this week, but we are going to be working on language and communication. So let's see how we're going to do that this week. Oh, look, we're doing something with the sensory table. Vamos a trabajar en la mesa sensorial y vamos a trabajar acerca de el lenguaje y comunicación, ese dominio. So when I open this up, oh, look at this. I have a video explaining how to do the assignment. Aquí hay un video explicando cómo hacer esta tarea también, si no estás mirando esto. But what we're going to have you do is, first of all, what I want you to do is I want you to do an assessment, and we are going to be looking at to see if children are able to follow simple directions. If they're able to understand prepositions, basically is what we're looking at. Prepositions are on, under, in front of, behind, next to. Those kinds of words are called prepositions. We want to know, do your children understand those? Esta semana vas a trabajar y hacer una prueba en los niños a ver si entienden. Ay, yo no sé cómo decir la palabra, pero queremos saber si los niños entienden la palabras como arriba, debajo, delante, atrás, al lado. I think I said that one already. Pero esos son, en inglés se llama prepositions. Yo estoy segura que tú me estás diciendo tú misma ahora cómo se dice esto en español, pero van a chequear a ver si los niños saben y entienden estas palabras. So, there is an assessment you're going to click on first. Just like you did with the play, you clicked on a checklist to look at how the children's play. You're going to do the same thing with this one. So we're going to observe. We need to observe first, and then we can make a decision on things. So this is a little bit more like a true assessment, actually. And I want you to conduct this with the children. Now, if you have a really, really large class, let's say you do it with at least 4 to 6 kids, okay? Otherwise than that, if you've got 20 kids in your classroom, no, that's going to be just way too many. I mean, if you want to do it with all of them, that's awesome, because you really should know this about your kids. Now, before you start this, oh wait, let me say that in Spanish. Yo quiero por lo menos que tú lo hagas con por lo menos 4 a 6 de los estudiantes en tu salón, porque si tú tienes como 20 niños, entonces va a ser mucho. Si lo puedes hacer en todos los niños, eso será muy bien, pero si no tienes tiempo, por lo menos 4 a 6 niños en el salón. Si tienes muchos niños. Si no tienes tantos niños, por favor que hagas prueba en todos los niños, ¿ok? These are the things that you're going to need. You're going to need a crayon. You're going to need a block, just a smaller block, a piece of paper, and a cup. Those are the 4 things, and you need these things, okay? So you have to have these things to do this. You're going to find a quiet place in the classroom, so maybe you're going to step out in the hallway. Maybe you're going to go into a little corner spot. And what you'll do is you'll line up crayon, block, paper, and cup in a line in front of the child. You say what each item is. So when you put the crayon down, you say, this is the crayon. You point to the block, this is the block. You point to the paper, this is the paper. And you point to the cup, this is the cup. We aren't identifying if the children understand what these things are. We want to know if they can follow the directions, is what we want to know. So we want to make sure that they know what crayon, block, paper, and cup are. Okay, so you've got these lined up. Now let me translate really quick where I'm at here. Necesita estos cuatro cosas para hacer esta prueba. Necesitas una crayola, un bloque, un pedazo de papel y también un vaso. So busca una área en el salón que está caídito y quizás es mejor que tú vas en el pasillo, yo no sé, pero busca un lugar donde está caídito. Trabaja con un niño a la vez. Only work with one child at a time, by the way. Don't do this in a group. You're working with one child at a time. So trabaja con un niño a la vez y pon cada cosa en una línea. Supone crayola, el bloque, papel y vaso. Cada uno en una línea alante del niño. Y se asegure que tú dices el nombre de cada cosa. So apunta a la crayola y di crayola. Apunta al bloque y di bloque, papel y vaso. Okay? So, moving on. You're going to then ask each one of these questions. Now, you can't point to anything. See, look, I say this right here. Do not point or help the child out at anything. Just say the sentence and mark down yes or no if the child can do it. So the first thing is put the block on the paper and wait for the child to do it. If he doesn't do anything, you mark no. And then you go on to the next one. If the child puts the block on the paper, you mark yes. And then put the block back in the line so that it starts with, so that it goes to crayon, block, paper, cup. Okay, so you're always going to have everything in a line straight in front of the child. Then you're going to go to the next one. Put the crayon in front of the cup. Again, don't point, just say it. Wait for the child to do it. Yes or no, and then put everything back in order. And you're going to do this with all of these. Okay, you're going to follow each one of these sentences. That's all you're doing. You're going to do this with each one of the kids in your class. Okay, so en español, in Spanish now, ¿qué vas a hacer con un niño a la vez? Di al niño, pon el bloque encima del papel. No puedes apuntar, no apuntar nada, solo diga la oración. Eso es todo. So, pon el bloque encima del papel. Si el niño no lo haga, marca aquí y ve a la próxima y día próximo. Si el niño sí lo haga, marca sí, entonces pon el bloque para atrás donde estaba en la línea. So, siempre tiene la línea crayola, bloque, pedazo de papel y vaso alante del niño. Y entonces ve a la próxima. Pone crayola a frente del vaso. Y si el niño lo haga, marca sí y entonces pone crayola para atrás en la línea, ¿ok? So, ¿qué vas a hacer con cada niño? Es vas a hacer cada de estas oraciones y marca si el niño lo haga o no. Eso es que vas a hacer esta primera semana. So this is your observation. You are observing to see, do children understand these prepositions? Tú estás observando esta semana. So tú quieres saber si los niños entienden estas prepositions. Okay, yeah. I'm not even going to try to say because preposiciones, I don't know. I don't know how to say prepositions, guys, in Spanish. So here's what you're doing. So you've done the assessment on all the kids in your class. If you have a ton of kids, just do it with like 4 to 6 kids. So vas a hacerlo con todos los niños, pero si tienes un grupo bien grande, por lo menos 4 a 6 niños. So you did the evaluation. Next, you're going to check it out. See what the kids can and cannot do. Then I want you to go to your sensory table and I want you to take a picture of what the sensory table looks like because we're going to work on the sensory table. So después de hacer prueba en los niños, vas a ir a la mesa sensorial y tomar una foto de cómo es que tienen ahora mismo en la mesa sensorial. Now, if there isn't a sensory table, just write me a note saying there is not a sensory table. Si no hay una mesa sensorial, escríbeme una nota diciendo que no hay. Okay? Next, I always give you ideas. Here are some, because what you're going to do is you're going to do something with the sensory table is what you're going to do. You're going to put something new in there. Vas a ofrecer algo nuevo en la mesa sensorial. Yo tengo ideas aquí. So chequea, por favor, las ideas y hame algo nuevo. So check the new ideas over here because you're going to offer a new sensory table. So make it fun, okay? So what you're going to do though is you're going to offer items and then you're going to work on these prepositional phrases. So la cosa que tú ofreces en la mesa sensorial, vas a trabajar en estas palabras, en estas oraciones. Entonces yo pregunto, so this is para la semana que viene. This is then for the next week. What did you decide to do for the sensory table? Tell me, then list the items that you put in that sensory table. Then I want you to list 5 questions that involve the prepositional phrases. I want a question with the word on. I want a question with the word in front of. I want a question with the word behind. Does this make sense? Okay. Just like you did before, you're going to do these with the items you're adding into the sensory table. So, cuando tú haces decisión de que vas a poner en la mesa sensorial, yo quiero entonces que tú creas 5 preguntas usando estas preposiciones, I don't know, prepositions, estas palabras, ¿ok? Con las materiales que tú puso en la mesa sensorial. So, una de las cosas es que tú lo tienes que poner en. Si yo quiero 5, use cada una de estas. And then your whole point is that you're practicing the prepositional phrases with the new items in the sensory table. That's basically what I'm having you do, all right? And again, this is lesson planning. This is you creating new experiences. So, yo quiero más o menos que tú vas a ofrecer una experiencia nueva en la mesa sensorial, pero vas a trabajar en estas palabras que tiene que ver con comunicación y el lenguaje. So, for next week, this week, you're observing, okay? You want to see what can they do with the assessment and you want to observe what's in the sensory table. Esta semana vas a hacer la prueba y vas a chequear qué pueden or qué hay en la mesa sensorial. Then next week, you're going to offer something new in the sensory table. Take a picture of it. And then I want to see the 5 new questions. And of course, you're going to then, when you offer this new sensory table, you're going to ask the kids your 5 new questions and see if they can do it. That's what I'm looking for. Then, of course, you always reflect and think about how things went. So, esta semana vas a hacer la prueba y a chequear la mesa sensorial. La semana después vas a ofrecer la cosa nueva, una mesa sensorial nueva, y también vas a hacer estas 5 preguntas acerca de las materiales que tú tienes en tu nuevo mesa sensorial. Y después tienes que hacer una reflexión. Okay, if this was way too much, check out the video because the video will explain how to do it again if this was just way too much. Right? Hay un video aquí explicándolo otra vez. So, sensory table this week, discussion board. Don't forget to do week 12's discussion board. Okay, and it has to do with the writing area. Some of you guys did some really cool stuff in the writing area. I want you to share what you did in the writing area. So don't forget to get this one done. It's due by Tuesday. No olviden hacer discusión número 12. Yo quiero que escriben y comparte con los otros qué hicieron en la área de escritura. Okay? So that's that. That's that. We've only got 3 weeks left. 3 semanas que nos falta. Keep it going, my friends. You got this. All right? Take care. Ta-ta for now.